Hello, David here, and the project for today is flushing out the old hydraulic fluid, the brake fluid from the brake system. It's been 5 years and I think it's time to do it. Some people do it at 3. The best way to do it, or the best way to find out if you need it, is to check the fluid to see if there's water in it. But I don't have a tester for that, so I figure if I do it every 5 years, I'll be okay. So this is a 2018 Toyota RAV4. It's never been done before. Previous owner never did it. And this is the gasoline engine. If you have a hybrid, I would check before doing it the way I'm doing it, because you might need a computer to do it. I'm not quite sure how that system operates. So the 2018 RAV4 uses either .3 or .4 brake fluid. Doesn't matter which one you use, and they are interchangeable. In other words, if you have .3 brake fluid in there, you can top it off with .4 fluid. I've got the car jacked up on jack stands. I got the wheels off. You have to go around to each wheel and bleed the fluid out of the cylinder. You don't have to take the wheels off to do it. I took the wheels off just so I could get the camera in there. And I'm going to use the term bleed and flush interchangeably. Bleeding is when you bleed the air out of the system. There is no air in the system. I'm pretty much flushing the old fluid out, but the process is the same as bleeding. You open the bleed valve and you let the fluid run out through the bleed valve. So there's 3 ways to bleed or flush a hydraulic brake system. You can do gravity bleed, where you just open up the bleed screw and let gravity push the brake fluid out through atmospheric pressure. You can use a vacuum pump, where you put the vacuum pump on the bleed screw and suck it out. Or you can use a pressure bleed, where you apply air pressure to the master cylinder and push the fluid out through the system. I don't have a professional pressure bleeder for the brake system. I did make one for my Ford Contour, and that worked great, except that had a screw-on cap on the master cylinder, which I was able to drill a hole through the cap and then put a quick connect air pressure system connector on it and hook it up to my compressor. I can't do that with the Toyota because the Toyota master cylinder has a snap-on cap, and I don't know if that snap-on cap can hold air pressure. I'd have to rig up something different, like get a flat panel of aluminum and then put some rubber on it as a gasket and then clamp it over the master cylinder. I'll work that out for some other time. And I do have a vacuum pump. I don't know if it works. I never used it before. Someone gave it to me. And if that fails, I have an assistant who can pump the brake pedal for me to pressurize the system. To get access to the master cylinder, I'm going to move this gasket out of the way. Don't pull straight up to remove it. It's got little holes in here which slide over these little levers. So you slide over like that, and then you slide it to the side to get it off. But it's kind of tricky. This one, which you can't see, this one is pointed to the right. This one is pointed to the left. This one is pointed to the right. That one's pointed to the right. To slide that out of the way, these tabs, pull those tabs down, and this cover comes right off. Normally I use a turkey baster to evacuate the master cylinder, and this turkey baster is only used for brake fluid. Nothing else, because I don't want to contaminate any brake fluid. But in this case, I'm going to use a Mighty Vac. So that's a Mighty Vac. It's got a reservoir here for catching the brake fluid. Going to take this cap off. Got a little strainer in there. Got to get that out of the way. That's a lot neater than the turkey baster. Don't overfill it. You don't want to get any brake fluid running into your vacuum pump. It might damage it. I don't know. Whatever you do, do not get any brake fluid on any of the paint on the car, either the outside finish or the interior under the hood, because the brake fluid will destroy the paint. Okay, I'm going to top off the master cylinder at brake fluid. This funnel is dedicated to brakes only. I'm going to go all the way because it's going to go down when I start bleeding the fluid out of the wheel cylinders. And the reason why you have to do this is because the nature of brake fluid, it absorbs water. It's just, it always will. So when there's water in the air and humidity. Okay, let's take the bleeder cover off. The nut on the bleeder is 8mm, but I find that my 5/16 fits it better. I'm going to test it and make sure that it's not stuck. Okay. Put the mighty vac on it. This size fits better. I've got another device here for one-man bleeding. This thing has a check ball over here, and this part connects onto the bleeder valve. And then you could just put this end in a jar and then go to the driver's seat and push on the brake pedal. I've never used it though. I've always had an assistant helping me. So I always start at the back and then go to the front. And this is all the modern brake systems are a diagonal brake system, so I'm on the left rear. So from here I'll go to the right front, and then I'll go to the, I'm on the right rear. Then I'll go to the left front and do that, and then I'll go back to the left rear and then go to the right front. The system is diagonal because if one of the lines breaks and you hit the brakes, you won't swerve off into the ditch. So some people start at the front. I've been doing it for years, starting at the back. I don't know the philosophy of doing one or the other. Some people say it matters. Some say it doesn't matter. I'm just going to do what I've been doing. Pretty much you're going to do this until you see clean brake fluid coming out. Or if you get a capacity that's equal to the capacity of the caliper. So in the past, when I want to stop, I just turn the valve off and then take the hose off the bleeder. I just saw the car care nut said that take the hose off, then wait a few seconds and then close the bleeder valve. I don't know why, because I would think you might trap air. coming kind of slow. And if you want, you could check halfway at the master cylinder, see if you have to top it off. Definitely have to top it off after each wheel cylinder, because it depends on the capacity of your wheel cylinder / caliper. I think I've got a caliper full of fluid here. Registering 70. What is that, a milliliter? I don't know. Let's try the car care nuts idea, taking the hose off and letting it dribble. I don't know what the torque on this is. I think it's either 6, 7, or 8 foot-pounds. Just snug it up. Clean it off really good. I'm going to top it off and then move to the left front. Okay, I'm on the left front. I'm not going to do every wheel. I'm just going to do these two. One thing I do on the rear wheels, I drain more fluid out of there because of the length of the line going from the master cylinder to the rear caliper. So on the fronts, I don't take as much fluid out. Going to top it off again, but as you see, it didn't go down all that much. Okay, I'm going to do the other two wheels, then I'm going to make sure I hit the proper level in the master cylinder, put everything back together again. And as a habit, I always pump the brake pedal when I'm done working on brakes. I know I didn't retract the calipers, but it's just a safety measure whenever you're working on the brakes. When you do retract the calipers, and if you start driving without pumping the brakes, you have no brake because the calipers are retracted. So it's just a safety measure. Here's a new brake fluid. Here's the old. Quite a difference, huh? Alright, I got all 4 wheels done. I got the bleeder screws snug with their dust caps on. I've got the wheels on. I just have to take the car off the jack stands and then torque the lug nuts on the wheels, pump up the brakes. Then I'm going to take it for a test drive. What am I missing? Come on, you know. Talked about this before. Update your logbook. Put in the date, the mileage, and what you did. Well, thank you guys and gals for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more great videos from David GPO.